Hi, welcome to Cards TV. Can you tell us a bit about yourself and your role at VisionBox?
Yes, my name is Ahmad Ghiassi. I'm a director of business development at VisionBox, focusing on the Middle East region. VisionBox is basically an identity solutions company from end to end, and our basically marketplace is global, and we have a particular focus for the Middle East.
Okay, great. So, VisionBox is quite a well-known company in the identity sector. Can you tell us a bit about some of your recent projects and that have been exciting globally and or regionally?
Yes, as I said, VisionBox is involved in identity management solutions. So what we do is that identity is moving towards biometric identity at a very fast pace. And what we have developed in terms of solutions is ways of capturing biometric identity in the first instance, and obviously attaching that to some sort of an application at the next stage. For example, when you want to capture biometrics, you need to be able to handle all the three main biometrics that people use, which is fingerprint, face, and iris, and then attach that to access control, border control systems, to identity management solutions like passport and ID card production. That's basically what we do at VisionBox.
Okay, great. And what are some of the most advanced biometric solutions you've been providing here in the region at the moment?
One of the things that's important to our clients is being able to provide an end-to-end solution. And especially in this region where the concept of identity is a growing market with a number of people that's actually moving into the region, the number of businesses, the number of transactions that are based on identity, especially in this region, from people coming from different backgrounds and different countries, introducing new identities into the chain of identity is obviously an issue for the authorities to handle. And what we've done is that we've tried to develop systems where they capture enrollment, if you like, of identity, and also the usage of that identity for authorities, which is a bit of an issue at the moment, trying to automate that, trying to enhance that, trying to deliver a solution that helps their customers in this region for that purpose.
Great. And obviously we just spoke a bit about it, but what kind of innovations drive VisionBox's business?
We basically, as a company, our focus is always on future of whatever we're doing, whatever we're dealing with. For example, when we went into the identity solution, we always looked at what can be done with identity. So rather than just looking at how to capture biometrics, we looked at how it can be used. And because of that, we were the first company in the world to develop e-gates, electronic border control systems, that was approved by ICAO, by International Civil Aviation Organization. So we developed the first ICAO standard, if you like, e-gates. At the same time, whatever we do, we look at the future trends in the market, and we try to be one or two, if you like, steps ahead of everybody else in order to deliver something that is in the future. And I think the kind of projects that we've handled has always proved to that. The innovation that's built into our system has always been, let's say, well admired by our clients and the people who actually use our solutions.
Definitely. And talking about these innovations, for you, obviously we talked a lot about biometrics, which is a very exciting topic at the moment. What do you think is kind of the next step for biometrics? The most exciting thing that we're going to see in the next year coming out of that space?
You need to, in order to answer that, you need to look at the biometric world as a whole. Who is using biometrics? So we look at our customers, and we look at our customers' customers, and we look at the people controlling our customers. So we actually divide the market into three main areas: end users, usually citizens or nationals or the end users of the biometrics, people who apply for it. It could be the passport holders, ID card holders, or in the financial sector, account holders. From their perspective, they're looking for something that's self-service, that's automated, that's ergonomics, that's intuitive, simple to use, single point of contact. People do not always have the freedom to attend certain, office hours at all locations. They have those restrictions. They don't always have all the right information in order to make it a single step, one step. So we look at their requirement to develop something for that keeps the customers happy. For our customers, which is usually the identity authorities, be it the immigration authorities or the identity authorities like Emirates ID Authority, for example, in the UAE, we look at their issues, and their issues is uniformity of data, security of data, keeping the clients or the citizens happy. So we look at that. And also on a more global, if you like, picture, we look at the governments. Their issue is obviously security. They're dealing with dispersed populations. They're dealing with different locations throughout the country. And also looking at cost issues. Their cost is also a big issue for the governments when you're looking at these things. So when we look at it, we look at the complete picture. We take a holistic approach, look at what they're doing now, and also we try to look at what are the ways of using these identities. And because of that, we are seeing the trend that slowly, especially with the introduction of biometric and more accurate and, if you like, efficient biometric systems, we're seeing the trends moving from document-based to more intuitive automated systems, so that you don't necessarily have to carry an ID card, you don't necessarily have to carry a document for your identity. You carry your identity in the form of biometric forms in yourself, in your fingerprint, in your face, in your iris, and that's the kind of thing. So we see the trend slowly shifting from document-based to more personal ID-based, where systems.
Really exciting. And I mean, obviously you mentioned security there, and obviously it's a priority for, almost, as you said, your customers' customers.
Yeah.
So I mean, what role, and what's driving VisionBox to make sure that these IDs are secure?
Security is the whole reason for identity is security, is making sure that the right person carries out the right transaction at the right time, and if there are any issues, to be able to identify it. So from a security point of view, at every step during the process of identity capturing, enrollment, using, delivering, there are security issues, security concerns. From an accuracy point of view, which is in the first instance, one of the main issues is that to make sure that the biometrics or the identity that you capture has got to be of the highest standard in order to ensure security. If the system is capable of identifying people with a high level of accuracy, obviously that's the first step of security. Then, when the documents are produced, the documents need to be produced in such a way that they are secured, they are tamper-proof, they are fraud-proof, they cannot be forged. So that's the next step of that. When the documents are produced, then they need to be delivered to the owners of the documents, basically the citizens. So what we try to, and obviously the delivery is sometimes it's seen as the weakest link in the chain, because once the document is produced, between it's the production and delivery, that cycle, however it happens, that is prone to events, prone to security breaches, can be lost, can be stolen, can be abused. So these are basically the main security issues in that. And then obviously once a person has his security or identity document, how do they use it? Is the level of authentication and identification high enough to ensure security? So these are the main challenges. And what we have done is we have not looked at only how biometrics or identity is captured, but how is it produced? How is it delivered? So we've, if you like, completed the chain of trust from the application, enrollment stage, all the way to delivery to a system that is foolproof, secure, reduce the security risk to a bare minimum from every aspect, whether it's the actual security, the identity issues, or the delivery issues, in a way that is basically reduce the security risk in the chain, in the whole chain.
That's great. So I mean, you've just touched on one aspect there. Of course, systems want security of their data. I mean, what else do you think the next generation systems are expecting from their identity cards, their identity, I don't know what you'd call the biometric side?
Yeah. People are expecting, obviously security is as important for the individuals as it is for the authorities, because if you want to carry out any transaction, you want to make sure majority of the people, with the exception of a few that try to take advantage of security breaches or fraudulent activities, majority of the people would like to have their identity secure, their identity kept, and whether they're doing a banking transaction or crossing a border, it doesn't really matter. They need to make sure it is the correct way. So for them to know that the data they captured, it is secure, it doesn't fall into the wrong hands, it is not open to abuse, that's important. Identity theft is a big issue at the moment. So in order to deliver that, obviously we are looking at various measures. From the authorities' point of view, again, it is a big issue. So, and our people are, we don't see authorities and citizens as be two different entities. As far as we are concerned, they're all part of the same issue, part of the same concern. And we work on both sides in order to make sure that security is kept, citizens are happy with how it's handled. Automated way, try to make it easy for them if you like, to deliver their identity and enroll their identity, all the way to when they're using it.
That's great. What role does this exhibition, so cards and payments, have in the future of identity in the region?
I think identity as an industry is growing rapidly. Biometrics has become a de facto means of identity for various people, not just for governments and government organizations, but for a lot of people. There is a lot of advancements in the technology. We see and we look at things like cards and payments exhibitions around the world, because it's not just Dubai, there are other cards and payments events around the world. We see that as a forum not only to find out about potential clients, but also a forum where we can look at new technologies and new trends and learn lessons for the future. And I think it's extremely important to attend events like cards and payments in order to look at the trends, look at the client requirements, look at what other technologies are available, as well as finding customers, because that's, at the end of the day, this is what we attend, the main focus for attending events like this is to find end users, find customers. And the regional events has helped us to identify regional trends and basically come out of our own little world and look at global issues, which we can then use experiences from one region to the other in order to deliver a much better solution.
Great, thank you so much, Ahmed.